Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another exciting hour of Mid-South Wrestling. I'm Jim Ross, and along with Joel Watts, we'll be calling the action here in a tremendous hour we have, highlighted by the final round, the final confrontation for the Mid-South Television title. Joel, it's a great card from top to bottom. Why don't you tell the folks about what we're going to see today?
Some great matches. We've highlighted by 3 tag team combinations that are just awesome. We've got the Nightmare and General Eddie Gilbert together. We've got Brickhouse Brown and Brad Armstrong together as a tag team. And I think most importantly, the new Mid-South Tag Team Champions, Dr. Death and Ted DiBiase, will be tag teaming together. Special feature, Terry Taylor is going to be demonstrating the figure 4 leg lock. I think that'll be real interesting. And the big one, the final round of the Mid-South Television Tournament between Jake the Snake Roberts and a newcomer, the Snowman.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, all that and so much more, and if you were with us last week, and we certainly hope that you were, you saw my interview with Hacksaw Jim Duggan and the Burn Institute. I must say, perhaps the most difficult assignment I've ever had with Mid-South, a very tragic situation. Well, we've got an update with Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I think you'd be very interested to hear exactly what he had to say. Let's let you see the interview with Hacksaw Duggan at this time. Jim, it certainly is a much more pleasant surrounding that we're in from the last time that I had the opportunity and privilege to visit with you in the hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, I can report very positively and very happily that Hacksaw Jim Duggan will not lose his left eye, and we're awfully excited and happy about that, obviously. But ladies and gentlemen, the doctors did tell me that his left eye has perhaps suffered some irreparable damage. Only time will tell. But more importantly, to many of the wrestling fans, I'm sure all the sports world, they say Hacksaw Duggan is not to get back in the ring.
Well, Jim, you know, the doctors have their opinion of what should happen, of course, and I want to thank the doctors, as I want to thank everyone who sent in the cards and letters. It meant a lot to me. It gave me a lot of encouragement when I needed a lot of encouragement. But the doctors suggested I don't wrestle again, mainly because of one reason. If it happens again, there is no question about it, there will be permanent eye loss and maybe eye removal. And, of course, the main concern now is Skandor Akbar and what the man will stop at. So I had a long meeting with my family, who I'm very close with, and we all discussed it. And many of my good close friends discussed it. And of course, the doctor's opinion means quite a bit. But this is a decision that I'm going to have to make on my own. My eyesight is just starting to come back now, and it's been quite a while and quite a painful experience. And right now I'm getting where I can see some images. But the most important thing is that doctors say with the proper care and the proper medication that I'll be able to get my total eyesight back. And the big question is if I'll get back in the ring or not. And that's a decision that's going to be a big decision for me, and I'm just going to have to take my time, and it'll be a decision that Hacksaw Duggan makes.
A very private decision, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jim Ross with Hacksaw Jim Duggan, reporting exclusively from Mid-South Sports. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to certainly thank each and every one of you for sending the cards and letters and all your thoughts and prayers for Hacksaw Jim Duggan. It really has lifted his spirits, and if you'd like to keep sending those cards, we will give you the address. It's Mid-South Sports, 116 West Breckenridge in Bixby, Oklahoma, 74008. And he really has lifted his spirits, and that's some great piece of news. And of course, Joel, there is another side of the story, some bad news.
Yes, last week we announced on Mid-South that all of Skandor Akbar's bookings have been suspended. However, Skandor Akbar has counter-moved, and he has put the Mid-South Board of Directors at a stalemate. At this time, my father declines to make a comment about the situation. However, Skandor Akbar made some comments earlier. We videotaped them. Let's watch those right now.
What a horrible accident. You pulled a foreign object out of your trunks, Jim Duggan. You were going to permanently injure Kamala. And I did what I had to do. Let us put the blame where it will be on you, Jim Duggan. You are out of wrestling. It was a horrible accident. I do not know exactly what happened. But last week, Cowboy Bill Watts made a statement to you people that I was suspended and anybody associated with me and Devastation Incorporated. You are incorrect. In the first place, Watts, you should know that you cannot suspend us without a hearing. And I will have you know that we are back, and my attorneys, which is the best that money can buy, will keep on delaying and appealing, and that hearing may never come up, but until it does, we will be back and are back in the Mid-South. So I want you to know right now, President of Mid-South, You cannot suspend me or anybody connected with me without a hearing. If you do, it is a miscarriage of your so-called American justice, and you don't want that to happen, do you, Watts? So listen, and listen good, people. The general is back. Nobody, I repeat, nobody can penalize a man of my pride and distinction. My resources, my wealth is unlimited. Watts, you should know that by now, that I am coming back to Mid-South.
I'll tell you what, Jim, the bottom line, no suspension without a hearing. It seems like that nowadays in the justice system, sometimes the perpetrator of the crime is more protected than the victim. And I think it's a terrible shame. My father's very unhappy about it, but...
well, that's unfortunate. That's the way the legal system is at this point in time in our country, ladies and gentlemen. But the more pleasant things, we'll be back with the final round of the Mid-South Television Tournament. The Snowman versus Jake the Snake Roberts. We'll have that for you right after this word from Mid-South sponsors.